Hey all, welcome back to Immersion Gaming. Here we are, the fourth game in the Dark Pictures Anthology, The Devil in Me. Just going to do a quick intro, as always, like I do on part one of any game. Just give you a brief description of the game, tell you a bit about what it's about, and then we'll crack on with the actual game itself. So bear with us, be back in a sec. Hey all, welcome back to Immersion Gaming. Right, so we're finally here. The fourth game in the Dark Pictures Anthology, The Devil in Me. This is the newest one, it only came out a couple of months back, 18th of November it came out, 2022. So it's not old, it should be the cutting edge of graphics obviously because it's only just come out. But this is the one that I have really been waiting for. The other three I'd already played a while back when they first came out. So although I couldn't really remember what went on in them, I still had already played them. So this one I haven't played yet, so I'll be seeing it for the first time just like you guys. And from what I've heard of the story and what I've seen so far, it looks really good. As always with the other three games in the Dark Pictures Anthology, it's an interactive horror game. So again, multiple choice, big focus on relationships within the game because there's multiple characters that you're going to play in the game as well, same as before. Also, as always with the other games, if your characters die, they're dead. I mean, the premise really is to keep as many of them alive as you can till the end of it. We didn't do too well in last game in the House of Ashes. I only ended up with 2 players left out of 5. But it is what it is. You can't see how some of the decisions you make within the game, how it's going to affect later on or what's going to happen in the game. So some of it really is unavoidable. But yeah, as with the other games, it were developed by Supermassive Games. And then it were published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. From what I've heard, there is actually new features in this one that there weren't in the previous 3. Such as, in this one, you have character inventories, so basically you can pick stuff up and put them in your backpack or whatever, in your inventory basically. And also there's some of the puzzles within this game are tool-based puzzles, so the things that you'll pick up along the way, it could be a screwdriver, it could be a piece of metal, it could be you're probably going to have to use them later down the line to get through a certain door or through certain puzzles. So that's good, so that adds another complexity to the game, makes it a little bit harder. Also in this one you can apparently run, jump, climb, things like that, which you couldn't really do in other ones, apart from if you came to something that you needed to climb up in the previous 3 games. You just clicked a button and it climbed up and for you, do you know what I mean? Whereas this one you're supposed to be able to jump and do all that yourself. Pardon me. So again, yeah, it just adds a bit more to the game, it gives you a bit more control, a bit more to do really. What else? Yeah, apparently this game sold quite well. I mean, bear in mind it only came out 2 months ago on 18th of November. It's already sold 23 million copies, which has made it one of PlayStation's top selling exclusives, which surprised me really, to be honest, because the other 3 games, although they got pretty good reviews and stuff like that, well, they got better reviews as they went along, they didn't really sell loads. Not as much as that anyway, not as much as 23 million in a couple of months. You know what I mean, that is a lot of copies to sell in the space of 2 months. So yeah, it's doing really well. I mean, as you can see from this, these are some scores it got from some like biggest game forums and magazines and stuff like that. So PC Invasion, give it 9.5 out of 10. God is a Geek, give it 8.5 out of 10. IGN Spain, 8 out of 10. Horror Fuel, 8 out of 10. Hobby Consolers, 8 out of 10. COG Connected, 8.4 out of 10. GameSpew, 9 out of 10. Push Start Play, 8.5 out of 10. Enemy, 4 out of 5. Game Ramp, 4 out of 5. Hardcore Gamer, 4 out of 5. And The Gamer, 4 out of 5. So, I mean, you can't get much better than that score, can you? I mean, they're all 4 out of 5s or nearly 9 out of 10, you know what I mean? So, Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one, to be honest. Not just because I haven't played it before, but because from what I've seen of the story as well, it does look really good. It seems to me like a bit of a Saw sort of vibe to it. I mean, I'll tell you a bit about the story from what I've read. Basically, it's a group of filmmakers that get, I think it's an anonymous phone call, or they get some sort of invitation to this. It's supposed to be a modern day remake, this building, of the serial killer, what were he called? H H Holmes, the serial killer, built something that he called the Murder Castle. So this building that we've been invited to is supposed to be a remodelling of the Murder Castle. So anyway, yeah, all these filmmakers get invited there to make some sort of film or something like that. But then some start realising that everything as it seems, you know what I mean, they're being watched, they're being manipulated, and basically they have to fight for their lives to get out of there, I believe, from what I've seen. So yeah, it does look good for that. Like I say, it's a bit like a Saw thing where there's certain things set up to kill them, from what I've seen. So yeah, I do like the sound of that storyline. It sounds really good. So I think it is going to be a good one, this one. Apart from that, I don't think there's much else I can say about it. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, isn't it? Best thing we can do now is the thing that I've been dying to do since I even started the last two of these 4 games is crack on and play the game for real, and let's see how good it really is. So yeah, as always peeps, I'd really appreciate your support, and thanks for joining me anyway. I'm watching the video, but I would really appreciate if you haven't done so already, if you could do the normal thing to support Immersion Gaming, which is like, subscribe and share any posts I put on Facebook or out like that, just to get this channel out there basically. You know what I mean, it's all self-explanatory at this point, innit? I told you before, the liking and commenting just helps the algorithm push the channel out to more people. Obviously the subscribing to the channel just helps the channel grow. The bigger it gets, the better it's going to get basically, and allow me to do more things, as I've told you before. So yeah, if you guys would do that for us, I would really appreciate it, and it's just going to end up meaning more content for you guys to watch, bigger and better content as well. So yeah, without further ado anyway, I think I've yapped on enough. Let's crack on, let's get into the game itself and see how it is. So here it is, the Dark Pictures Anthology, The Devil in Me. Take it easy peeps, and I will speak to you very soon. Bye. Hey all, and welcome to The Devil in Me, Part 1. We're finally here, Part 1 of the newest game in the Dark Pictures Anthology, and the last one in Season 1 of the Dark Pictures Anthology. So, yeah, this is one I've been waiting for, because this is the first time I'm seeing it as well. So I have not got a clue what to expect, although I didn't remember what were going on in any others anyway. But as always, as with all the other games that I've put on, I would advise you to use headphones, just for the best positional surround sound. It comes best through headphones, and like I've always told you before, if you're watching this on a Windows PC, if you right click on the volume icon in the taskbar at bottom right, there's an option there excuse me, to select Windows Sonic for headphones. If you turn that on, that will greatly improve your positional surround sound with headphones, I mean, so you can hear like exactly what direction things are coming from. So if it's behind you, then you'll hear a creak or whatever behind you, you know what I mean. It helps when you're playing games as well, so you know where danger's coming from basically. So thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoy it, and let's crack on with Part 1 of The Devil in Me. Yeah, I thought I'd put it on normal, I'm challenging. I ain't doing it on easy and I ain't doing it on hard. Sack that. For they have sound the wind and they shall reap the whirlwind. Every choice has a consequence. Some decisions save lives. Others lead to death. Oh, nice. Looking right.
The wheel is 264 feet, Jeff. Can you imagine it?
I'm attempting to.
I bet you can see for 100 miles at the top. We should make that our first priority.
Whatever pleases you the most.
You please me the most.
Ah, that was it.
You mean you are not weary of me after an entire day of marriage?
I will never be weary of you.
I shall hold you to that, my dear.
My dear.
I think we've arrived.
It's not all set in this time period, it's set in modern day. This must be like a backstory.
Isn't this grand?
As advertised. Very nice.
I think this must be the murder castle that the serial killer built. I think it's based on a real life thing, that.
Let's check in.
Real life serial killer. I'd have to Google it and see. H H Holmes, he was called.
Are we the only ones here?
I'm sure that was a mad dash first thing this morning to get to the fair.
I don't think so. I bet there's no checking out. You can check out any time you like.
Try again?
You can never leave. It's got ray tracing this game as well, which is a new feature that only the higher end graphics cards have. It's for reflections and like windows, mirrors, puddles on floor, things like that. It's all natural
Well, this
reflections.
does not bode well for the level of service we're in store for.
Just makes it look more realistic. Let's go to the fair. Everyone must be busy elsewhere.
Everyone must be busy elsewhere.
That's no way to run a business.
It does
Slow
look good.
service. That
Graphics.
means they're making sure everything is perfect.
That's my Marie. Always finding that silver lining.
No. You too.
My sincere apologies for both startling you and for making you wait. My attention was needed elsewhere.
I guess that's him, H H Holmes. The thoroughly nice guy.
I promise from here on out it will be nothing but silver linings. Welcome to the World's Fair Hotel. Please, sign in here.
I'm impressed with graphics.
First time in
so far.
Chicago? I'm going to hazard a guess and assume you're here to take in the exposition.
The fair, yes, but that's not all. Today is a very special day for us.
It's Anal Tuesday.
Oh, a honeymoon. How very, very lovely.
Perhaps my wife, Mrs. Whitman, would like to sign. Yes, today's the beginning of our honeymoon.
Here's the
Congratulations.
grabbing things tutorial.
In that case, an upgrade is in order. A honeymoon suite it is.
Oh, well, are the rates that much higher?
I think nothing of it. The same rates as your regular room. The upgrade is on us. You're our first honeymooners.
How kind. Thank you, Mr.
Holmes.
Henry Howard Holmes.
There we go. H H.
You
Holmes.
have a lovely hotel, Mr. Holmes.
Well, thank you very much. I designed and built most of it myself.
I think it
You're
is a
an
real life. I've
architect,
read
then?
some about him.
Architect, designer, builder, doctor.
I think you're one of the first serial
Artist.
killers.
I'm a man of many interests.
Big time narcissist.
Impressive.
Please have a look around. We have sundries and gifts at the pharmacy counter. I'll take your luggage up to your room and ensure that everything is in order.
He designed and built this
Just
hotel
make a note if you decide to purchase anything. And we will add
Specifically.
it to your bill.
for killing people, if I remember rightly. They had like loads of passages and in
Thank you,
between
Mr.
walls
Holmes.
and stuff like that,
We appreciate it.
where they could watch and spy on people.
The pleasure is all mine.
Hide bodies and things like that. They were a proper nutcase. I remember reading about someone like him, so I'm guessing that's who this is, H H Holmes. But let me have a look. I'll Google it while we're waiting. Serial killer H H Holmes. Yeah, it is. Herman Webster Mudgett, better known as Dr. Henry Howard Holmes, was an American con artist and serial
what
killer.
did I forget to bring?
I know he was a real... I've watched a documentary about it, I think. Right, use R to change selection, press and hold R to pick it up. What's that? Liquor. Bath milk. I'm guessing that's some sort of old age bubble bath or something. In bath milk. I think she is. Friggin' what's her name? Oh, I didn't know I had to pick it up. Didn't tell me that. I
Oh.
looked through them all first.
Pardon me, miss.
Careful, you. My husband gets awfully cross with men who act fresh.
He sounds like a ripe fellow. How's the marriage going?
Lovely. Thanks for asking.
Well, let's just head up. I'm sure the room is ready.
See anything good over there at the jewelry counter? Anything fancy?
Wouldn't you like to know?
You won't be needing rings where you are going, love. You won't have any fingers to put them on. But he has his way.
Wonder what's in here.
I'm starting to think I've gone and married a thrill seeker. Ferris wheels, forbidden rooms. Are we looking for excitement?
Perhaps.
Imagine that, a serial killer that built an actual hotel specifically.
Nothing but an unfinished room.
Specifically for killing people.
See what happens when you chase a thrill?
And watching
If this
them.
is you trying to get out of the Ferris wheel.
I know you won't be denied.
Wait. What's that?
Huh, what does it look like?
Don't move.
You had to be nosy, didn't you? Couldn't just leave well alone. Press it. Oh, here we go with heartbeat things. What? I pressed it on the right time?
Are we lost?
Are you taking the
A wrong
straight
turn, it would
peeve?
seem.
I
This
pressed
room
it.
is being renovated. It's not safe.
Of course. We
You must have missed the sign saying private.
must have. We're very sorry.
I can't have you falling through floors and having your brains dashed out, can I?
No.
That's a great start, isn't it? We've already pinned
Again,
serial
We
killer off.
apologize.
You know we're getting sliced and diced tonight.
Think nothing of it. I'm only thinking of your safety. Wouldn't want you to get hurt.
Come on then, Tash. Can you somebody Sam? Let's get out of here.
Welcome, newlyweds, to the honeymoon suite.
Thank you kindly, Mr. Holmes.
Do enjoy your stay. If you'll excuse me, I have work to return to.
Yeah, in private room that you just...
I'm sure we'll see each other again soon.
You'd be out of there, wouldn't you? Some of them things that he said are so cliche.
Goodness, this place is fit for a king.
Or my queen.
Oh, you.
So have you noticed there's actual...
Kiss this.
There's actual mirrors.
That is not very wifely of you.
In this one, look, there weren't in any other games because there were no ray tracing in other ones.
Bullseye!
You asked for it.
Should I be frightened?
If you're smart.
Mercy, mercy. Okay, you win.
Special feature.
Anything broken?
Only my pride. How about a peace offering?
This feels like some sort of treacherous plot.
Not at all. I have a gift for you. Close your eyes and face the mirror.
Aren't you clever and romantic? If I get a pillow to the face, I will sock you right in the kisser.
Right in the kisser.
Is there a problem?
No.
And he's naked.
Open your eyes.
Stood behind her with big jammy on.
Oh, Jeff, it's lovely. I love it.
Good. Victory is mine. I'll let you have that bath now.
Oh, look, there's his spiles. The little pervert. Look at him. Little ass clown. It makes it even more sicker. It's real that he did this in real life. I think it still exists, this building, you know, in real life. You can still
It's
go and
jammed
see
shut.
it. Sure it does.
Maybe if we put a little weight into it? Open sesame!
Thank you. Why don't you have a shave while I take a quick bath? Then we can reconvene.
I know that word. It's French for something illicit.
Shush. Shave.
I think I forgot to pack my razor and kit.
I'm sure the pharmacy downstairs has them.
Don't be too long in that bath.
Don't you worry.
She'll have to flick back bean, isn't she? In the bath. It's like I was saying, yeah, have you noticed it's got mirrors in this game? That's the whole, one of the big things about ray tracing is that it's real-time reflections. Like I was saying, mirrors, shiny surfaces, water, puddles and like that. It's a real-time reflection of you, whereas before ray tracing existed, it were, I think they called it rasterization, it were a fake reflection. Which just didn't look real, and if you got too close, the reflections disappeared and things like that. It was just immersion breaking, basically. It's, you know, when you get right into a game and then something like that, you see it just pulls you out of the game because you remember it's a game then. But yeah, since ray tracing's come out, like I say, on the top end cards, RTX cards and stuff like that are able to do it because they have actual ray tracing cores. But they're expensive cards. But like I say, they have ray tracing cards that specifically deal with reflections and stuff like that. But it does use a lot of processing power to do. It's worth it though. I mean, I always have it on ray tracing. It's just that little bit extra immersion. Makes it that bit more realistic. But it's a lot more consuming. I think that's why we're getting a bit some spikes in frame rate and stuff. Basically juttering, which I didn't get in any others because that didn't have ray tracing on any other games. Better not after trying door handle. I wonder what form the premonitions come in this game.
I could have sworn this was the way we came up.
Oh, have we got a light? No, not yet. Jim walked straight into a frigging kitchen knife or something. Took throat.
What?
Whoa! Ooh, that were close. Friggin' hell, he could have died straight away then if I'd have missed that.
Oh my god.
Gonna be stood there.
Marie!
He don't piss about, does he, this H H Holmes? He's already trying to fucking top him. If on screen, characters can equip items having their inventory. Oh yeah, blah blah blah. Oh, bath milk. I think she's Cleopatra. What's he got?
Is that you, darling?
Well, you better hope it is. If it's H H Holmes, you fuck.
Jeff? Oh, are we playing another game?
Yeah, it's called Hide the Carving Knife. In your torso.
Back already? You know, this tub is awfully big.
Oh no.
I think there might be room for another body. Oh. That's nice. Ow.
He's even got his
You don't know your own strength.
sleeve,
Easy, dear.
his sleeve coverings on that, so he can not
Jeff,
get
that
blood on his
hurts.
shirt.
Hello, my dear. Quiet now. We don't want to disturb the other guests.
Let go of me! Let go of me!
I really thought you'd have a little more fighting in you.
Go on, go on. Ooh. Hurry up!
Jeff! Jeff!
Know what we can do. I guess they're meant to die.
Nice and quiet.
So she smashed that bottle over his head, it didn't even scratch him. You know how thick them bottles are? Them old school bottles. They're knocked him clean out.
What are you doing? If you've touched Marie,
You're
I'll...
a bit late with that sentiment, good sir. Is there a problem, sir?
Oh shit. He's fucked in it. The whole wall's changing in that, it's crazy. Oh, he's gonna get gassed there. Yeah, that was something else. I remember reading, I think, how he'd rigged it up so he could gas people. They're like cyanide or whatever it was. Crazy guy.
Marie! God, no. Marie.
Crazy that. This is where we get to see storytelling now. No, maybe not. If you'd got all that trouble to build
Place for everything
that's where he gets all his rings from
in its place.
to sell.
Well, look at this.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Only the best for you, my dear.
Mother would simply die. It's so
I say,
opulent.
good man, do you work here?
Hello. Welcome to the World's Fair Hotel.
Yes, if you got all that trouble to build an hotel just for the purpose of killing everyone. It's crazy, man. Oh, my favourite song.
Won't you spare me over till another year?
Here he is. Told storyteller. See if he remembers us this time, because I left House of Ashes installed.
Well, what is this that I can't see without feelings getting over me? Well, I am dead, none can excel. I open the door to heaven and hell. Too late to all farewell. My soul is doomed, so keep me well. As long as God in heaven dwells, your soul shall scream in
And if we get to find out what he's all about in this one, there's something dodgy about him. He's turned into a
You're
bird.
here. Have you been waiting long? It's always good when a familiar face returns.
Yeah, I remember
Obviously, you're in the mood for a new tale. It's so good to have company. For a long time, I was on my own. I can barely recall a time when I wasn't here, watching over these tales. And what good are stories without somebody to experience them? This is a story about those who create, and the lengths they might go to for their art to be made pure. Art can elicit all sorts of reactions. Delight, inspiration, desire, yes, but also doubt, fear, dread. The way you react, the decisions you make, will affect this story. Hidden in the world, you'll find dark pictures. They give glimpses of the possible consequences of your choices. And sometimes it's the smallest choices that can have the biggest repercussions.
Yeah.
You're responsible for what happens. You're culpable. I can't interfere. That's very much against the rules. I can only observe what happens and record any significant events. Oh. Ever seen one of these? They're very old. People used to call them obbles. They'd put them in the mouth of the recently deceased to pay the ferryman. Look out for them. You'll find them in the strangest places. I'll be happy to exchange any that you find, and I'll certainly make it worth your while.
Ah, that's something new.
Well, shall we start? The game is afoot. I will be watching.
Of course you will.
My name is Kate Wilder. I've got a master's in criminal psychology. I'm an investigative journalist and hope to make a difference. You may have recently seen my interview on Chicago AM on and yeah, it's really tough when just being honest means everyone thinks you're a bitch. I'm not. Sure, I've got issues to deal with, same as everyone. I'm working on it.
Hey, I'm Mark. I study photography at UCLA. Had a great time. Really want to get back into some serious photography. But yeah, it's a job.
I've been a key grip and lighting tech for years.
Huh, it's
Your problem?
said out first.
Light it.
Man, I she on the hunt ship, wasn't she?
You don't often meet someone like that. Man, how do you even start? I'm sick of being on my own.
Sorry, do you start with qualifications or, like personnel info? Because will anyone access this? I'm kind of private, actually.
Yeah, Charlie Lonitz, UK originally. I've been here for 20 years. The last series was so on track. It was a very beautifully conceived and didn't quite hit the mark as I was hoping it would. It's a fucking mess, to be honest with you.
I think we've heard quite enough.
Enough? Oh, I've barely begun, Your Honor. You don't seem to understand. I was born with the devil in me. I could not help the fact that I was a murderer any more than a poet can help the inspiration to sing. Bury me deep, Your Honor. Make sure they fill my pine box with cement. Put me deeper than anyone else. And cover the ground with more cement, 'cause trust me, just being dead ain't enough to stop me from killing again.
On May 7th, 1896, Herman Mudgett, aka Henry H. Holmes, was sent to the gallows. His neck did not snap from the force of hanging. Records indicate he hung, slowly suffocating for over 15 minutes, until finally, the monster was dead. America's first serial killer confessed to 27 murders. But as investigators sifted through the traces he left behind, following his path from city to city, the number grew significantly. Nearly 200 lives.
Wow.
America's first serial killer, and possibly the worst. He was buried as requested, under concrete. Was he hoping to hide from God's judgment? Or did he truly want to keep the devil from climbing out and killing again?
Well, concrete won't do that really, would it?
So, what do you think?
To be honest, Charlie, this is a pilot.
Hold that thought. Lonnet Entertainment.
Charles Lonnet, please.
Speaking. Charlie is fine.
My name is Grantham Dumet.
What can I do for you, Mr. Dumet?
Actually, it's what I can do for you. Hear me out.
I'm certainly grateful to you, Mr. Dumet. This all sounds amazing, but I'm waiting to hear what the catch is. No offense.
None taken. I'm in a privileged position. I don't need for much, but my time is at a premium. We need to do this today. I'll send a car for you this afternoon, 4 p.m. Be ready.
This afternoon? We're talking a couple of days shoot. I've told my team they're free this weekend, and frankly, they're a temperamental bunch. Without them, this conversation is dead in the water.
I've told you what I have. Please don't waste my time. Am I sending the car or not?
Yes, of course. We're in. I'll get them there. I promise. Let's do it. Mr. Dumet send you.
This is the invitation, then, innit?
Let's load up, guys.
To the remodel of the murder castle.
Sorry.
Are you?
I mean, this is that ring light that makes you all glowy. We leave it behind if you...
All right.
This is going to be grand, people. Adventure. Excitement. Anyone?
Road trip.
Huzzah!
Woohoo!
Hooray.
This is gonna be great, guys. So do we know where we're going exactly?
You don't like surprises?
You know what this reminds me of?
Don't say it.
Topeka?
Exactly. Me, no money in my pocket, a dead phone, and lost in the middle of goddamn Topeka.
That wasn't my fault.
It was 100% your fault. Because you fly by the seat of your ass. So, come on, Charlie. What do we know about this guy?
He's rich, he's a recluse, he's obsessed with H H Holmes. Totally sane, I'm sure.
We're going to a property he inherited from a relative. That's who had the obsession with Holmes. Some of the rooms are full recreations from the murder castle. Dumet has blueprints, documents, artifacts. When I said this would save the show, I was not exaggerating.
And you substantiated all of this.
Just trust me.
Sorry for all the mystery. Before we go any further, I have to ask that we lock up your phones for safekeeping.
Oh.
While this may sound strange that I invite you to film the collection inside my home, I cannot allow any personal devices that
Was
may
this
share
part of the
information
plan?
that
Did
could
we know
affect
about
my
this?
business or lifestyle. There are rules. All footage you wish to use must be authorized by me first. I require privacy and discretion. I must insist.
His place, his rules.
Yeah, sack
Look,
that.
what he's offering us is worth it.
I won't be giving my phone. No
Could be
chance.
making us pay, but he isn't.
Your only way to contact
If this
outside
is all he
work.
asks, then we do.
Fine. For the show.
Be
I'm
plugging
telling
it,
you,
saying
this
it,
is
don't
going to
I?
be great.
You said that in Topeka.
If this dude is so rich, shouldn't he have servants or something? This guy gonna help? No, really. I got it. Thanks, bro. Don't sweat it, jackass.
Okay. So now what?
I'd love to get some footage of the lake and the scope of this.
Not with all the mist and fog.
There, from on high, we'll get a better look.
That's certainly up there. The visuals will be great, and we can frame up over the mist.
Charlie, you'll hack up a lung before you're halfway up there.
I'm fit as a butcher's dog.
Mark, this is crazy.
We'll be fine. Let's go, Charlie.
Be careful, guys.
Nice knowing you.
Come on.
Never got that saying, me fit as a butcher's dog. Because I can't see a butcher's dog being fit, really. If it were a butcher's dog, then he'd be getting a load of meat and bones, which would suggest really it'd be overweight, not fit. But, hey-o. Who am I to question oldie world sayings? Approach the collapsed wall. Oh, well, after I've had a look around. No entry, authorised personnel.
This is taking too long.
Said we needed to look for coins in this one as well, didn't it? That we can trade in with Storyteller. So that's something else we need to keep an eye out for. Reminds me a bit of Shutter Island, this beginning. You think someone would have fixed stairs as well, wouldn't you? Especially when you're inviting people.
Get home.
Right, they're coming then now. Oh, we're supposed to be going into that lighthouse, aren't we, to take some shots.
Hey, guys, hurry up!
We're on it.
Shut up, man. We've only just set off. All left jogging. We can wait. They can jog on. And we're gonna find coins to collect and stuff if I run straight past them.
Jesus, that is loud.
It's meant to be heard from miles away.
Well, yeah, I know that in theory, but...
What is it? It's some like...
Oh, so much for plan A.
We must be able to work our way around. Come on.
Sound.
Anything for the shot, right?
Sound house instead of a lighthouse. Oh, well, it just blows a big trumpet like that to let you know that you're near rocks or something. What does it say here?
Doesn't look too serious.
The warning about everything falling into the ocean. I'm gonna say we trust it and not die.
Nah, this sign is something the lawyers made them put up. I'm sure it's fine.
And they collapse.
Hard disagree.
Without warning. Yeah, well, that's not a... It's not a rare occurrence now, is it? I think most countries now are suffering with erosion. I know we are in England. We lose just quite a few inches every year, I think. End up like Waterworld. Especially with polar ice caps melting. Press A to jump down and access new areas.
Get on with it.
They're an impatient bunch, aren't they? Try to have a look around, if you don't mind.
Listen, Mark, I just wanted to say, thanks for backing me up, man.
What? About getting this footage?
No, for the whole trip. You know some of the crew can be challenging to work with. Jamie and Kate would never have agreed to come if you hadn't been on board.
I figured that the episode was such a mess, we needed all the help we could get.
Right.
Somewhat buried here.
I guess we do.
Looks like something's buried here, doesn't it? I wonder where they buried that H H Holmes then in real life. He's under concrete somewhere. I wouldn't mind going and look at that. Might Google it later. I knew it was based on a real, true story. I remember watching a documentary about it. America's first serial killer. And the worst by far. 200 and odd victims. Friggin' hell. I don't think his murders started when he built the murder castle. I think he'd already
That way,
done
maybe?
some before then. That was just a way of
Okay, I won't lie. I was
murdering
hoping
more, I
being
think.
here, all remote and away from the world, that maybe I'd have some downtime, some space to decompress.
Downtime? Why would you want to do that?
You know, relax a bit.
I've never seen the attraction.
We've got a sign here. In memory of the victims of the Great Storm of May the 1st, 1907, in which 187 lives were lost. Do you mind? I'm trying to read. Keep pushing me out of the way. The crew and passengers of the SS Cassiopeia, which crashed into the rocks at the base of these cliffs. I think that's a true story as well. I'm sure I remember reading something about that.
Must have been quite a storm.
187 lives gone, snuffed out, just by smashing into the rocks. It's the force of nature, isn't it? Way more powerful than what we can create. As the Titanic proved.
This way?
Or whichever way we're going to go. There ain't any other ways. There we go. It's a different button for torch now. Used to be left button, but it's,
Hey, when we wrap, I'd like to take a couple weeks off. Go see my family.
I need you in post. I really appreciate that discerning eye of yours, you know.
I got a lot going on at the moment, Charlie.
Oh, right, yeah, of course, sure. Take a couple of weeks. We head together.
I appreciate it.
I'll be fine in post on that.
You gotta survive,
You
yeah.
should do the same. Take some time out. You got any family you can go and bother?
Oh, well.
No, Mrs. Lonnet, you got hiding in some closet somewhere?
Married to the job.
Married to the job. How's that marriage working out?
Well, from what I hear about real marriages, pretty damn good.
Married to the job.
Press A to balance across rocks or fallen trees. We're nearly there now. Come on then. Come on then, lumberjack. Nice chilled place, isn't it? Until murders start, mate. My friggin' god, nearly choked on my coffee then.
You know, just hanging out.
Maybe it's part of some old museum display or something.
Right.
Maybe you put that sketch shit out, yeah. Like it did. You know, just a random mannequin in the middle of some friggin' cliffs. Maybe my lam's here. Can we see them from here? Well, they're around that corner, aren't they? Where that building is over there. Might be able to see him when we get up
coming?
Yeah. Just looking at the light on the mist.
How is that going to fit into the show?
It just caught my eye. Coming.
Always the photographer.
I can't exactly turn it off. There's a lot of crossover between the creative stuff and the commercial stuff.
You sure about that? Because crossover with Kate hasn't exactly...
We agreed to let that drop for the weekend.
Just making sure your head's in the game.
Here's the foghorn thing that we just heard. Won't like to be stood here when that thing goes off. You can say bye to your friggin' hearing if it did. In fact, your eardrums are probably about a couple of kilometres over the cliff. Look at the size of it, man. There's some like forts and stuff around south coast of England that have got these on that I've seen before. There's little warships about the forts. Well, there's a modern TV aerial there, so it must be recently used. Locked. On burglar bell.
This thing hasn't been manned in ages.
Why's the horn still going?
Because they didn't decommission the fog. It's all automatic now.
They didn't decommission the fog. 2000. So it hasn't been manned for like, well, depending on if they're in modern times, it hasn't been manned for like 22 years, 23 years now. Is there a button where I can turn it on? Or not? Read, please. Keep it up, T. This should be the final week. Last night's foghorn test was successful. Looks like the automation is all up and running. We'll do one final trial today. Then can pack up. Okay, wait. A couple of you have reported that the homeless guy hanging around AM
We're going to be bumping up security in the compound and conducting final checks today and tomorrow, just to be on the safe side. We don't want anyone getting injured. Other than that, the work's been great. So let's keep up the pace and we'll be out of here by the end of the week. Bit of a boring job that, wasn't it? I'm just sitting there and having to turn that on. Still no coins though. Wait a minute. Not useful then. Gapping fence over there. So I'm guessing this is going to be locked.
Locked tight. Come on. There must be another way.
Yeah,
sure?
Already
No.
locked it.
I'm optimistic.
Where you come from? Yeah. Right. Come on then, sausage. A lot of work this just to get to the friggin' lighthouse and take some pictures, isn't it? I don't think I'd have bothered myself. Well,
This looks pretty old.
let's see, catch some quick items, have an event. Where did you get this from that he's all of a sudden just pulled out? What is it? Can use his tie clip to open locked box. Guy's got
What's
skills.
that? Just some old coin.
So this is the coins that he was talking about then, on it. Can be used to unlock dioramas. Okay.
Find a penny, pick it up.
Where do you unlock dioramas though?
Look.
Determined, cynical, overbearing and careless. Shoot some footage from the top of the lighthouse. Jet bearings. Mr. Dumet, I presume.
Sorry I give you a hard time now and again, but I really couldn't make these shows without you.
That's not true.
I may be driving this car.
What car?
The Lonnet Entertainment car. But you're the one who keeps the engine going.
It's not how cars work.
Jesus, you try and give someone a compliment.
Thanks, Charlie. I get it.
I must be able to see where they are from here. Guessing they are. Oh, it's down that way there. Look. I'm guessing we're going to have to climb through there. That's where we can push and pull objects. Now let's just go and try and dodge, you know, just to be sure. To be sure. Locked. Oh, what a surprise! And there's me expecting it to be open. No, I don't want to climb, I want to pull it. Over to here, like so. No burglar bills out here again.
Just a little breaking and entering.
How are you not in jail?
Because he's good at it. Can use his typing to unlock locks. Nimble climbing through windows and stuff. This guy's got form.
Christ, what the hell is that?
He's from England, don't he? Hide! Hide! Oh! It doesn't tell you how to do it, like, does it? Crew members won't be seen. Right, what the hell?
Nice to meet you too.
Heck with that. Well, that's good, isn't it? It tells you to hide, but then we're going to see what it was. Was it some sort of animal or something? That looks like the picture out of Manamedan. That picture there with boat. I'm guessing that's the one that struck the rocks and killed 187 people. Don't stand so close to me.
We're going too slow.
Well, you crack on then. Go and have a look round and rush about and miss everything and get yourself killed if that's what you want to do. I'm taking my time and I'm being careful. We don't know what's in here. We don't know what we're dealing with. And I don't want to miss out. And that's a mess. Whoa. Well, that's told us loads. Something bumps into something and explodes. Look at them pictures. Or printing press or something. Or weaving. Can't remember the name now. Mill. They'll be coming up to an hour soon. I think we're not going to get much action in this one.
Just need some fresh sheets, some nice drapes.
And 6 gallons of sanitizer.
Just push me out of the way, it's alright. Sofa. Blank pictures. Upstairs. Been in any of these rooms, you know what? Don't like it, does it? Upstairs it is then.
We're going too slow. Charlie, I'm getting an uneasy feeling about this.
Somebody has a taxidermy hobby. Relax.
Some hobby.
Taxidermy. The name taxidermy. Not see any stuffed animals. Oh, I spoke too soon. Somebody has been nailing animals to the wall. Extremely normal behaviour, I suppose. That's an old fire. Smashed cellar. Roll up in ashtray. Some old bits and bobs. And a workbench with a dead crow. Nice.
That way, maybe?
Oh yeah, because that's what you do when you see a dead crow, you pick it up. Oh, you little twat!
What? The thing. It moved.
It's got some sort of controls inside it. Someone's made a moving crow out of a dead crow's body with a, like, an actuator or something in there, and then stapled its head back on. Yeah, this place is giving me creeps now. Obviously some genuinely nice person is living here, nailing dead animals to the wall and sticking actuators in dead bodies of birds and stuff. You know, your normal everyday tasks.
It's gonna be okay. It's all gonna be okay.
I'm sure it is, lad.
Look at this.
Won't lean on that
It's
fence.
perfect.
Come on, get shooting. I want you to pan across the lake until the island comes into shot. Then zoom into that lighthouse. Look, it's all right. Come on, we better get back.
Oh, look at that. Ferry, but it works on chains. So chains are like underwater and it just gets pulled along.
I don't know.
I've seen them before.
We just had the one
Usually
call.
it's just like a normal boat.
How did he
innit,
know
with a
what our
propeller.
show was about in the first place?
Actually, I didn't ask.
That's weird.
Let's just play nice, okay?
Alright, I think once these video clips have ended,
Hello,
we'll have to call it a day.
Mr. Lonnet.
It's over an hour
That's
now.
me.
I'm Grantham Dumet. Everyone climb aboard and we'll head out.
This is Mark.
Mark?
Erin, Jamie.
Ladies.
And this is Kate.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Dumet. I'm looking forward to seeing all it is you have to offer. We truly
it's
appreciate this.
Lovely to meet you
House
all.
of Ashes, he was soldier,
What
wasn't
say
he?
we get
Planet
underway?
Dynamite. Andy were
Again,
out
I
of
really can't thank you enough for
Medan.
this
You
opportunity.
were seeing that long.
Of course.
Was it your great-uncle you said that...
Let's get to where we're going. I'll explain everything later.
Different voice,
Sure.
so.
Of course.
That's someone in Lighthouse then. be smiling like that for long. That's for sure. Final resting place.
Let's get up to the hotel. Please, let's stay close. Stick together.
Is it dangerous here?
No, of course not.
You sure? Because you don't seem sure.
It's perfectly safe.
Yeah.
But we are a long ways from help if somebody gets hurt, so please, take care.
You trying to convince us or yourself?
Looks like things are buttoned up tight around here. God.
This way. Don't worry about your bags. I'll make sure they're brought.
Can either be annoyed, not dressed for a hike, or playful, not cough up a lung, shall we? Playful.
Slow, deep breaths, Charles. Try not to cough up a diseased lung.
I'll be fine.
Just pretend there's a carton of smokes at the top of the hill.
You're right. He takes his security very seriously.
I wonder what he's afraid will get in.
Maybe you should be asking what he's trying not to let out.
Jamie,
Just saying.
you watch too many horror movies. He values his privacy. We've known that right from the start.
We've known that for about 2 hours.
Just go.
Out for a story, I mean,
Mark,
even if
get
he
your
knows
camera.
it's
I want to
wrong.
grab a quick intro from here.
And he's gonna
I need some
lose his
shots
line.
leading up to the house. Don't need the whole journey. Kate, talking to camera, then I'll direct you from there, okay?
No photos. No recording of me at all. Is
Why
that clear?
that?
I'm a very private person.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Mr.
Sure you
Dumont.
are.
Discretion is Lorna Entertainment's motto.
You want the usual intro stuff, Charlie?
Please.
The light is good.
I'm ready to go. Aaron?
It sounds clear.
Okay, let's go for a take then.
Is Kate's face ready?
Bitch, I'm always camera ready.
Stop trying to make me like you.
Rolling.
Speed.
And action.
I've just arrived on the private island which claims to have genuine artifacts from H Holmes' reign of terror. I'm heading to the house right now.
Perfect, Kate. Now turn to face the house and start to walk.
Okay, that's enough.
And cut.
We really do need to get going.
I thought he didn't want to be
Anything
on
you
film.
say, Mr.
He
Dumas.
just walked straight into shot.
This way.
Make your mind up.
You'll steal some more shots, right?
Obviously.
What's all that about? There's no story
Mr.
that's
Dumet
worth
is being really restrictive.
blindly going into
I noticed.
your
I want you
death.
to get a look around without him knowing.
A man is entitled to his privacy.
He's cagey. I want to know what he's trying to hide.
What do you want to do?
What you did that time with those cops in Glendale.
Seriously? Ow! Oh my, damn it!
What happened?
You okay?
You get your baby ego again?
We should get her up to the hotel.
Oh my, I can barely move it.
Jamie, stay with her.
Why me?
Because you know first aid. Remember how you patched her up? In Glendale?
Oh, right. Okay.
We'll find some ice and a bandage and come back. You have that at the hotel?
Yes, sure.
Then let's go.
As if you wouldn't clock on to that's a straight scam.
What is going on?
Come on. I'll clue you in later.
Been taking acting classes again?
Yeah.
What's Charlie want?
A better lay of the land.
And we're the scouts because?
I'm charming, and you can hotwire your way past security. Come on.
Well, at least let him get away before you start jemming frigging gates open and stuff. Right then, I think we shall be leaving it there for now. Yeah, not bad that. As far as
any part one goes on these games, it's never an action-packed thriller in part one, is it? It's always about you know, giving you a bit of backstory, setting the stance, letting you get to know the characters, and a bit of where we are and what's going on. And I think, yeah, it's pretty much done that in part one. I know the characters now. I know I've got a good idea of what's going on and why they're there and stuff. So yeah, it's done its job basically as far as part one goes. So yeah, as of now, it's obviously just going to get better and better and better, because it's going to get to the, I think in part two is where the action will start, and it'll just get deeper and way more deadly from that point on, as it has done in every other part of the Dark Pictures Anthology games. So yeah, I don't know, what do you think? How's it going so far? Do you like it? As always, if you want to support us here at Immersion Gaming and allow us to carry on doing this, but on a bigger scale with bigger and better content, then you know by now what I'd ask you to do, please, if possible. First and foremost, if you can like the video with the thumbs up button underneath the video on YouTube, and put any comments, any ideas, any feedback, or just any comments at all in the comment section as well underneath the video on YouTube, because both the like and the commenting, as I've said to you before, that just helps the YouTube algorithm push my video out to more people. And the main thing that I need is to do, please, if you could, and if you haven't already done so, would be to click the subscribe button on YouTube, which again, as I said before, all it does is add my channel to your favourites on YouTube. Don't cost anything, takes a second to do, and that's all it does, just add my channel to your favourites. There's a little bell icon next to the subscribe button as well, and basically that's just for if you want notifications for every time I upload a new video. You'll just get a little number in a red circle above the bell icon on the top right in YouTube, just to let you know that I've uploaded a new video. I mean, you don't have to have that on, that's personal preference whether you want the notifications on or not. But yeah, the subscribe is the main thing, because that's going to be the main premise for Immersion Gaming in 2023, is just to grow the channel, get a lot more subscribers, make the channel much bigger, and that then is just going to open the doors for, like I said to you before, much bigger and better things for the channel, and again to bring you guys along with me on this journey, and so you get to come and enjoy and see new things too. I mean, obviously I'm going to have to do it through competitions or whatever to choose people to come along, but that's all the good things that's to come. But in order for all that to happen, I need to grow the channel first, and that's only going to come by getting subscribers. So yeah, like I say, if you haven't done so already, I'd really appreciate if you could do that for us. But other than that, yeah, things are looking good. It looks like a decent game. Graphics look really good in it. It is, I've noticed, a lot more system intensive, because I've noticed a few more frame drops and stuff like that, but that's to be expected. It's a newer game. It's got all the latest graphics. It's even got ray tracing, which I've got switched on, which is very system intensive. For anybody that doesn't know what ray tracing is, it's the new technology for processing light basically and reflections. So it can only really be done on the newer graphics cards, which is what I've got, one of the newer RTX cards. It's got its own dedicated ray tracing cores within the processor, which specifically deal with light, rays and reflections and stuff, because it is quite system intensive. So it's to be expected it's going to be a lot more of a demanding game, but yeah, it's still playing alright, so I've got no worries at this point, and I have got it on ultra settings, highest settings possible, with the highest ray tracing on. So I think for what it is, it's working fine at the moment. I can always turn it down if it drops any frames to a point where I'm really noticing it. But yeah, as of now, looks good, and story seems fine. So yeah, brilliant. So thanks again for joining me, peeps. I hope you're enjoying it, and I'll get this uploaded and edited and everything tonight, and then leave that overnight doing, because it takes hours, and then in the morning, as always, I will begin the upload process and get it uploaded to YouTube, ready for the evening for you guys to watch. So thanks again for joining me. I hope you're enjoying it, and I will speak to you all very soon. Bye.